Happy Sat Stacking Saturday. Welcome to the number one daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as we recaptured 42 G's, baby. Also, I'll be sharing a prediction from crypto analyst Mikhail Vande Pop that Bitcoin's going to $300,000 to $500,000 per coin. Also quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, Britain doesn't deserve Bitcoin, not under $5 million certainly. 3 US listed companies have market caps greater than Britain's GDP. It really is a smarmy little rat invested island. The world would be better off without. Very powerful words there. Tesla missed out on 300 million profit after Bitcoin sales. I'll also be sharing this as they release their records, of course. And also 867 million erased as Grayscale's GBTC experiences record 20,800 Bitcoin reduction in 24 hours. We're also going to be discussing Bitcoin ETFs are wrapped in thin layer of indirect regulations, according to the CFTC chair. Also, the latest with Wright offers settlement in the disputed Bitcoin creator case. I'll also be sharing some insider insights from Max Kaiser with Wright and this other guy being Lee Harvey Oswald. A patsy. That's right. We'll also be discussing BlackRock's IBIT Bitcoin ETF crosses $2 billion in market cap. Pretty serious. Also, Peter Schiff, the notorious Bitcoin troll, says Bitcoin can hit $10 million per coin if this happens. I'll be breaking down this scenario for you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more in today's show. Now, welcome crypto fam. Happy Sat Stacking Saturday. What it do? Let me know if the stream is loud, clear, and smooth. First and foremost, we're finally back at our normal 3 p.m. Eastern time. Let's get it. Shout out to Gary Gensler. Wow, we got the chairman of the SEC here in the chat. DNA Noonan, JV, what it do? Love ya. Appreciate that, broski. Knox Bill says hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. What up, CHH? Greetings from Costa Rica, Pura Vida. I used to live out there. Beautiful place to be. We love Bitcoin and MicroStrategy here. Music to my ears. Dirty, good morning or good afternoon. Happy Saturday. You already know. Robbie Kaiser, JV, real for real. Appreciate you. JK, where's your hat? I just got the fresh cut. And when I have the fresh cut, I don't rock the hat. So don't expect a hat from JV this week, maybe next week. Howdy, Kiwi. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Can channel, Bitcoin Inu, never heard of it. Sup, JV, pump the likes. That's right, by pumping the likes, you're helping to pump the stream. We greatly appreciate that. And that's also gonna reflect a pump of the price, the more eyeballs we can get on this channel. As you know, I am the most bullish Bitcoin content creator in the YouTube sphere. Loud and clear, smooth, and yes, good to hear that. Emilio, what up, family? Senshu, welcome. Pump the likes. Appreciate you tuning in. Faisal, hello from Dubai and Chicago. Shout out to the Middle East and Shawtown. Appreciate you, JV. Shout out Keith Bitboy. Appreciate you as well. Gary deleted my comment. Oh no, damn it, Gary. Are you censoring the pod again? Come on now. Greetings from Seattle. Happy Saturday. That's what's up. Hello, everybody. Let's have a great show. Shout out to the HODL King. Hi from Seattle, JV. Send it. Shout out to the Green Lake. Ghost Stomper. Good evening. Good to see you. Shout out to my girl, Dixie Normus. Says, tryptamine nurse. So yeah, shout out to Dixie Normus. Richard, welcome fam. Corona Free Radio. JV, shout out to Nipsey in the background, the #1 mascot of the show and the only. McLovin, what it do? Echo Denise, good to see you. Kepler, welcome family. HRX, Saudi Arabia. Salam family. Good to see you. Larry Pedro from Dothan, Alabama. Let's go, Larry. Let's get it. MJ, welcome family. Butch, son, welcome. And everyone just joining the stream. Let's get it. I mean, Bitcoin back in the green. Yesterday during the show, we started pumping. Had a hell of a day. We had like a $2,500 pump. And right now, I mean, I think we're going to, obviously, we could either march north here this weekend, or we could correct some or just trade sideways until the week starts on Monday. Let me know your thoughts. Johnny says clear. Appreciate that. It's my way or the highway. Get used to it. Gary, in 20 years, JV, you require a permanent hat, no hair, but 113,000 BTC. Yes, please. I would love to have 113,000 BTC. Welcome, the legend Imelda. Always a pleasure. Johnny says clear. Good. JV, where's your PR should move, bro? Where in PR? I mean, that's a good question. I've lived all over the island, so I think it's best you actually visit, maybe get with a realtor and have her show you around. And you can check out the different locations, communities, and see what tickles your pickle. Because some people prefer to be in the city, San Juan, or nearby, maybe Condado. Some people prefer to be in the suburbs. So it all depends. And some people just want to be on an island, maybe on the west coast of Puerto Rico. There's a lot of options. Puerto Rico offers a lot. So I say, come down here firsthand. Check it out. That's what I did before moving here. I visited for like a week. I had a realtor show me around, show me all the options, and then we planned accordingly with the fam. So, but good question. Ghassan Salam from Lebanon. Cheers, family. Appreciate the support. No, Dank doesn't delete the comments, family. We have a moderator bot, and sometimes it has a mind of its own. Maybe I have to adjust the sensitivity on it. So if your comments are getting deleted, that could be you're sharing a trigger word, or maybe YouTube is censoring it if you're sharing a trigger word, as you know, Google and YouTube are heavily censored, as you know. Haircut, I appreciate it, 99. It's looking good. Appreciate it, fam. Loud and clear. Stacked more sats yesterday, bro. Good to hear. Sat stacking Saturday. Let's get it. Loud and clear. Free speech on Rumble. That's right. That's why we stream simultaneous on Rumble. And we have the uncensored version of the show exclusively on Rumble when the YouTube stream ends. And we've been doing that since August. So, and it's been fun. I actually enjoy it. My favorite part is actually the uncensored version of the show where JV can speak freely, not having to contemplate the gatekeepers and censorship and all that shenanigans. You know what I mean? 5-6 never looked so good. Appreciate that, Denise. God bless all of you. God bless, family. Much love, much respect. What can we look forward to for Bitcoin this week? Well, let's just get right into it, shall we? If you're new to the channel, be sure to smash that subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. Also important to smash the likes to help pump the stream. It's greatly appreciated as it helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Also, hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications. That way you get notified each and every day as I go live, as this is a live show, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year, as much as humanly possible. I love to stream and share with the fam. Today is pod episode number 1535. I'm your host, JV, and today is January 27th, 2024. Let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. We got Bitcoin back in the green, baby, maintaining above over 42 Gs, up 0.3% on the daily. We also have Ether up 0.25%, maintaining just above 2200, while BNB, Solana, XRP, Cardano, AVAX, and all the top coins are back in the green. Let's go. And zooming out on, oh man, and it always defaulting to the hourly. So let me look at the daily, my bad. This is the daily. So Bitcoin, the prices don't change, but Bitcoin is actually down now 0.25% on the daily. And if we zoom out on the monthly, it shows the same. Bitcoin still barely in the red. Some are in the green, but pretty sideways trading action for the past month, according to Coin360. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the crypto market cap sits at 1.62 trillion with 35 billion in volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance back on the climb at 50.8%, with the Ether dominance, which has dropped off some in the past few days, currently at 16.9%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, we got Ronin leading the pack, up 17%, followed by Manta, followed by Helium, Sats, Astar, Beam, and the scam token of Sam Bankman-Fried, FTT. Now, which altcoins, if any, are you most bullish on for this bull run 2024, 2025? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective on the daily, you can see roughly 90% of the alts in the green and pumping, with some pretty impressive gainers up 10%, like, we got Tau, Manta's up 11%, and also Ron up 17%. And zooming out on the monthly, here's where we have a mixed bag. I'd say probably predominantly corrected, roughly 60% of the alts in the red, 40% in the green, but the ones in the green do have impressive gains on the monthly, including Hex, eHaxu, Celestia, Say, and PLS, Astar, and ICP. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated a 55 in greed, yesterday a 49 neutral, last week a 52 neutral, and last month a 73 in greed. And checking out the Bitcoin halving clock, we're only 81 days away until the most epic experience in your life, which is set to take place on April 18, 2024, which is the Bitcoin halving. So you already know that's less than 3 months out. If you're pretty stoked for the Bitcoin halving this year, Holla at your boy in the live chat. Welcome, Dreamscape. Welcome, fam. XRP to $1 one day. It absolutely will hit $1 one day, considering it was already over $3 back in 2017. For the 2016 bull run, 2017, it was actually one of the best performing crypto assets in the sector. Did phenomenal. However, since then, it's been the worst performing top 10 crypto coin since 2017. So long overdue, in my opinion. However, it is what it is. Good afternoon, good morning here from the Philippines. Appreciate that, Will's vlog. Appreciate you tuning in live in the middle of the night. So are you still up from the evening or are you just waking? All right, Barcelona, Spain in the building. Shout out, Mark. Shout out, Barcelona. I visited there a few years back. Had a blast. It was definitely amongst one of my favorite cities to visit. Excellent food. Just a fun city to walk around, of course. And then there are some very epic, monumental sites like Montserrat, which I had to check out with the Black Madonna. Those mountains are absolutely spectacular. I still have photos I dream over, like, whoa, spectacular views. Remember just 4 days ago, what was that? The IOW for Bitcoin was 38,500. Oh, the low. Yes, that is right, Mr. Bone Daddy. That was the bottom. It looks like we bottomed out after the GBTC mass sell-off, as well as Bankman-Fried selling Bitcoin through the FTX estate. Hit the like. Great show from Orlando. Cheers, Rick. Appreciate the support. Always bullish on the best assets that have ever existed. In fact, none of you guys asked about Michael Saylor yet this morning, so I'll wait for you guys to give me the signal, and we'll go from there. People need to look at the market cap instead of the price. It's a big difference. Precisely, Wayne. And the truth is, when the market cap pumps for Bitcoin, typically it's the entire market. And oftentimes when Bitcoin does well, the altcoins reflect as a rising tide rises all ships, and I expect nothing less this cycle as well. As Bitcoin rips and does its thing, the altcoins tend to follow. Good morning from Australia. Good morning, family. Shout out to all my Aussies and Kiwis. JV, help me out. I'm looking for the next best crypto. You got it, fam.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
You already know. Appreciate that. Green Lake. Let's go, Giga Chad. Let's go. Send it. What up, Joey? Welcome to the stream, family. Appreciate ya. Yeah, Richard Jones, shout out to you as well. Skins, good morning, Australia. Let me know what's the second best. Digi is up. 26% Bitcoin miners and then the alts, says Norm. Welcome, Norm. Shout out OG Backroad Crypto Bootleg, one of my favorite usernames of all time. Cheers, family. Cheers from Colorado. Shout out to my fam in Colorado. The Rocky Mountain Highs, let's go. Shout out Paul Thomas, 49 sold by the miners. And hard price held us looking good. Yeah, we held up, family. Shout out to Sailor. Send it.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset.
There's a crypto asset called Bitcoin, right? Yeah, classic. What up, bro? Shout out to Duke. What it do, fam? Pump the likes to pump the stream. We appreciate it. What up, bro? Hope all is well. I am still holding ETH for the buy. Right on, Terrell Trust. Appreciate you supporting the show, family. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. Keep the comments a coming, but let's now kick it off with our Bitcoin technical analysis, aka astrology for men. Check out the charts where the Bitcoin price action is likely to go next. Bitcoin's price has broken through 42,000 for the first time in nearly 7 days as the market recovers from the aftermath of the spot Bitcoin ETF. Link sell-off. Data from TradingView shows Bitcoin climb rapidly from 39.5 January 26, which is the low, gaining 5% to trade at now roughly 42,000. As you can see here in the Bitcoin daily chart, Bitcoin's performance comes as the market experiences a slowdown in outflows for Grayscale's spot Bitcoin ETF. Data from BitMEX research shows GBTC saw massive outflows of 394.1 million on January 25th, down from 429 mil on January 24th, and 515 mil on Tuesday, January 23rd. And while the GBTC outflows remain very high, the January 25th figure marked the second lowest since spot Bitcoin ETF trading debuted on January 11th. As BitMEX shares here, the Bitcoin spot ETF flow day 10, data out for all the providers, 80 million net outflow for day 10. And senior Bloomberg ETF analyst James Seyfarth posted a chart on X showing premiums and discounts for the Bitcoin ETFs compressing over the last 10 days, to which fellow analyst Eric Balchunas responded by saying, "It's a beautiful sight. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that." An independent market analyst, Yakuza, said Bitcoin has successfully set a trap for the bears. That's right, it's hunting season, family, who were hoping to catch the price at 32,000 and added, "Late shorts already liquidated or about to." Quoting him here, "Bitcoin trap successfully set. Late shorts already liquidated or about to. Never go against the mafia. Obey and follow to be profitable, whatever the market condition is." Now, in line with his observation, CoinGlass shows short position liquidations for Bitcoin topping 34 million on the day, with the tally expected to increase before the close of the day. Cross crypto short liquidations amounted for more than $77 million. And quoting crypto analyst Mikhail Van de Poppe, Bitcoin is likely consolidating from here between 37 and 48,000 for the coming months. In this period, the altcoins will have their time. The real impact on the ETF is going to come in the next few years, resulting into a price of Bitcoin going to $300,000 to $500,000 per coin, as he outlines here in this chart. So let me know if you feel over the next few months we're going to be ranging between 37 to 48,000 before eventually having a massive breakout to that $300,000 to $500,000 per coin price action. Holla at your boy. And shout out to Mikhail Van de Poppe. And quoting the high priest Bitcoin off the back of this news, the Bank of England says no final decision has been made on Britcoin. And Max responded, "Britain doesn't deserve Bitcoin. Not under 5 million per coin, certainly. 3 US listed companies have market caps greater than Britain's GDP. It really is a smarmy little rat-infested island the world would be better off without." Very bold words coming from the high priest. And so let's check some more comments, family. Welcome everyone just tuning in. Montreal in the building. Mr. Bone Daddy, I love to smell the Bitcoin rocket fuel in the morning. What up, Melda? Yeah, pretty crazy quote there. The high priest on fire. What's up, bro? Hope all is well. I'm still holding. That's right. Hodl be thy name. Where my Hodl gang at? Shout out to all the members of the channel as well with a badge next to your name. You guys support the show, and I greatly appreciate each and every one of y'all. Much love. Need to sample Kathy Wood saying 1.5 mil and play it after Sailor tells off Laura. That's actually a good idea.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
You heard it first there. Yeah, so if YouTube is not doing anything to remove all the fake ads offering, honestly, I think they are trying. I don't think they, in my opinion, I don't think they purposely want all the deep fake ads to scam people, because that equals lawsuits for them. But I think it's physically impossible to stop it, at least with their current approach, because more than likely these spammers, I don't know if they're out of India, what country around the world they're out of, but they're capable of creating mass accounts. And if you take down 100 of them, they'll have 200 up by tomorrow. That seems to be what we're dealing with. And I think YouTube is struggling with how to censor it, is my guess. I could be wrong, and they could be perpetuating it themselves. But it is shocking, because anytime you type in Bitcoin, which is the most popular search for the crypto sphere, obviously being the king coin, you're going to find the deep fakes of, Michael Saylor. It could be Brad Garlinghouse with XRP. It could be Elon Musk, and it's never ending. There's just always streams. And the sad part, there's thousands of people who attend those fake streams that are getting ripped off. When you have a real show, you struggle to get, right now we have 400 people on the live. Hopefully we'll have 1,000 by the end of the show. But nonetheless, it just goes to show you, people like to get ripped off and be sold wolf tickets. We'll put it that way. People love being sold wolf tickets, and they'll buy up all those wolf tickets, clearly. Yo, let's go. Shout out to the Crypto Kiwi. I use uBlock Origin extension. It keeps the ads at bay. Hope that isn't blocked. Right on. Good to note. Also, if you guys don't like ads on YouTube, I highly suggest the same for Rumble. If you don't like ads, there's a premium membership, roughly $10 a month, and you never got to watch another ad. So it goes for the show too, because YouTube might play ads from time to time in between the stream. So if you want the ad-free experience, Upgrade premium account, no brainer. My opinion of Kaiser has changed for sure. Gensler's doing it. Is how he has fun. Smash the likes, you voyeurs. Cheers. Don't agree with Max. Not cool. Dropped a notch in my opinion, says Emilio. Great show. I am watching every day. Keep stacking, says Dozer. I'm like number 99. I appreciate that, Drew Webb. Love and light family. Brave browser. Right on. Is that recommended? Ad-free experience, or what are the advantages of the Brave browser? Also, DuckDuckGo is a great browser as well. I watch YouTube through the Brave browser. No ads. Oh, wow. So even with a non-premium membership, you're saying anyone can use the Brave browser, watch crypto news alerts, and have an ad-free experience? Is that accurate? Let me know. Ad blocker is free. Good to note. Cheers, Ian. From Toronto to WEF, Canada, YouTube would prefer Bitcoiners be sabotaged and let truthers speak freely. Never heard that expression, wolf tickets, before. You know where I got it from? Nate Diaz. He's like, the UFC is selling you wolf tickets, bro. And so it always stuck with me, and now I'm trying to implement that a little more. So it's cool that you pointed that out. They're selling wolf tickets. I love it. Ad-free. On with the show. That's what they want. You pay the extra $10 monthly. Of course, that's how one of the many ways they make money. Exactly, JV. Cheers, David. When crypto makes me rich, I am buying a jet and flying out to meet you, bro. You're goated. I appreciate that, Terrell. Hopefully you can visit our 100K fiesta. We're going to have a celebration and everyone's invited. That's when the Bitcoin price eclipses 100,000 per coin. We're going to be living it up. So it's going to be fun. Hopefully you can join us. You use Brave as well. No ads. Good to note. A lot of you guys are using the Brave browser. Check out Litecoin, says PA. Are you bullish on Litecoin? Typically, Litecoin leads the bull run, but I think things have changed since the last Litecoin halving. What do you guys think? Yes, Brave browser, no ads. Good to note, Richard. Stack sats with the full card slice extension on the Chrome browser and LOLLI. Oh, that's right. You can get cash back rewards, but instead of cash, it's Bitcoin back rewards. Pretty slick. I just sent a scathing email complaint letter to YouTube about them, and they are ridiculous. I wish every single person would do that. Amen, Darren. We appreciate you reporting the deep fake AIs. Indica or sativa? I'm an indica type of guy. Yeah, I'm more of an indica guy. In fact, if I go to the dispensary, all indica. I don't even mess with the sativa. I just love indica so much. There's no second best, if you know what I mean. When rich, I move into El Salvador. That's what's up, PA. That's the place to be. Litecoin is way under Sol, says Bone Daddy. Sub JB, favorite Bitcoin show. Thank you, Ben Murphy. Means the world to me. We appreciate the support. Would love to join that 100K celebration. Very cool. That's right. Make sure to join our Discord. We have a link in the description. It's discord.cryptonewsalerts.net. And we do have a specific chat dedicated to 100K Fiesta. And as we get closer to 100,000, I'll be sharing details, location, dates, and all that kind of stuff. 500 million Bitcoin, end of the month. Let's go. Send it. 500 million. Snap. What's the best beach for surfing in Puerto Rico? I don't know. I'm not a surfer, so I'm not going to pretend to know. I'm not sure. But Rincon has amongst the best beaches in Costa Rica on the West Coast. I'm actually planning a trip there later this month, and maybe I'll obviously stream and show you guys some of the beaches when I'm over there. Yeah. Still waiting for your Saudi predictions anyway. Well, not my predictions. That would be Kaiser. Till then, you're dead to me now. You're funny. Litecoin is cheaper to move on the fees. I exchanged Bitcoin for Litecoin and back again. Right on. Indica and Indica Keef, 100%, says Norm. You know what's up. Arceibo, I guess that's the city, is good for surfing, family. Let me know. Barack, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you, family. When 10 million Bitcoin? Well, we're going to be sharing Peter Schiff's scenario where he believes how Bitcoin can potentially hit $10 million per coin here in a little bit. So stick around, family, but we still got a lot to share. Litecoin, low flat, says 99. Yeah. Anyways, family, let's dive into our next story of the day and discuss Tesla. They revealed their balance sheet, and here's an interesting fact. Tesla missed out on $300 million worth of profit after their Bitcoin sales. That's right. Tesla's refusal refusal to hodl Bitcoin resulted in a missed opportunity worth over 300 mil. Tesla's initial foray into Bitcoin began February 2021 with a groundbreaking $1.5 billion investment. At the time, Bitcoin was roughly 36 Gs. And since the first reported Bitcoin balance on February 8th of 2021, Tesla's stock price is now down roughly 40% against Bitcoin. Specifically, Tesla versus Bitcoin, negative 40%, Bitcoin versus USD, up 7%, and Tesla versus USD down 35%. So, and here's a chart to reflect all of that. However, in a surprising turn, Tesla sold about 10% of its holdings in March of 2021. Then in the second quarter of 2022, Tesla sold approximately 75% of its Bitcoin reserves. That's a pretty major dump off. And as Tesla CEOs, Elon noted, these sales intended to demonstrate Bitcoin's liquidity and to bolster Tesla's balance sheet during uncertain financial periods. And had Tesla retained its entire Bitcoin investment, the company would have a hypothetical profit of over $300 million, considering the current Bitcoin value of approximately $41,500. Nonetheless, the company's remaining Bitcoin holdings, estimated at around 9,720 BTC, have remained steady in recent quarters, reflecting a more conservative approach in what traders anticipate to be a very bullish year for the King crypto. And you can see Tesla still holds 9,720 Bitcoin worth 385 mil and did not sell any more in quarter 4 of 2023, according to their latest filings. And interestingly, previous Bitcoin Tesla sales appeared in the quarters reporting weaker free cash flows. It is the cash that a company generates after spending the money required to maintain or grow its business operations. For example, in the first quarter of 2021, the Tesla sale of Bitcoin, valued at $272 million, constituted a staggering 93% of the company's free cash flows during that period. And similarly, in the second quarter of 2022, Tesla's 73% reduction in the free cash flows coincided with its Bitcoin sales. So in simple words, Elon relied on Bitcoin to bolster finances during Tesla's tighter cash periods. He may not need to employ the same strategy now, however, given Tesla's increasing free cash flows throughout 2023. And in quarter 4 of 2023, for example, Tesla's free cash flow was strong at $2.1 billion, contributing to a total $4.4 billion for the year. As all outlined here, you can see Tesla's quarter 4 revenue up 3%, gross margins, operating margins, and all that data. Numerous analysts forecast a rise of Bitcoin's value. Of course, we have a Bitcoin halving scheduled 82 days out, and you already know what's incoming, family. So there you have it. What are your thoughts on Elon embracing Bitcoin in the beginning, purchasing $1.5 billion worth, then dumping 75% of their stash? Do you think that was all by design? Do you think Elon is bullish on Bitcoin? Or do you think he can care less because he's already, on paper, the richest man on the planet? Let me know your thoughts, family. Yes, Wright is another runner at Fidelity, right on PA. JB, what it do? Sativa for focus and for energizing, inspiring high. Well, I'm just built different, I guess, because I can puff on some indica, like a lot of it, and then I can go run 5 miles. I can puff on indica and go put in a workout. I can pretty much function to my highest ability on indica. That's just me. I'm different. His real cash comes from the military industrial complex, 100%. His wealth comes from government subsidies. That's a fact, referring to Elon. So he is controlled by the government to a certain extent. And I think when he mouths off against them, I think it's all by design. We call that controlled opposition, to make you think that Elon's a free man and, he's against the government, doesn't like the SEC. He's the only one who has the balls to tell him to get lost. But you already know, family. They can take that wealth away from him in a minute, set him up with some fake charges like they did Andrew and Tristan Tate for sex trafficking, or like Donald Trump just also recently had to pay insane amount of money for some stuff. But they can set anyone up, especially if you have a lot of wealth. You guys know what went down on that island, not referring to Gilligan's Island. You know what I'm talking about. Elon is rich from the old money and your tax dollars, says Norm. Rich off unlimited publicity. I need water. Send out the Shaolin master. Hold on.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup. It becomes the cup you...
Yes, this is One of my favorite Bruce Lee interviews before he died, talking about the power of water.
Put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Amen. JB rocking the West Virginia airwaves. Cheers, Odo man. Salem, Oregon, pump it up. Do you think Trump is controlled opposition? I'm 100% certain he is. I think they all are. I think they're actors playing their role. And when they get like this opposition where you think they're fighting, say, the deep state or however you want to coin it, they're just acting. They're actors. Trump was he had I think the number one, what was it called? The Apprentice? That was the number one reality show. He is a reality actor. And the reality that he portrays is really a show. And most people just don't recognize it for what it is. So I'm 100% certain Elon, Trump, all of them are controlled opposition. They don't allow you to attain that level of power and wealth without a lot of the things I can't talk about right now on the tube. Sup, JB? Great show as always. Thank you, Golden Giant 58. There's no second best. Appreciate you guys. Gilligan's Island, you already know. A 3-hour tour. It's like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger or you'll miss all the heavenly glory. Another one of my favorite Bruce Lee quotes. Thank you. I got to get that one on my sound pads here. I am now centered. That's what's up. They're all related. There you go. They are. Beer is, and they all serve the same masters. All of them. They serve the same masters. I proved this a few episodes ago on Rumble because it's a topic I really can't dive into on heavily censored platforms like this. So if you like uncensored content, make sure to follow me on Rumble, family. Yeah, we're all in the Truman Show. It is true. Highest ability, actors is the biggest live opera ever known to man. What did, there's an old quote I remember learning back in school from William Shakespeare. The world is a stage. Because it absolutely 110% is. Kombucha. Made it in Bend, Oregon. Great place to be. This is the best, man. My favorite drink of choice. Bruce Lee died early 30s. Yeah, allegedly took some headache medicine and went to bed, but clearly must have been poisoned because a healthy man doesn't die from a headache medicine like an Advil or something, you know, especially like the most fantastic fit person that dedicated his entire life to health and fitness and martial arts. Vernon, appreciate your support. They're all the cog in the machine. Sure are. Screw this. I'm heading to Rumble to watch you from now on. Appreciate that, Matt. JV preaching the Bitbull gospel. Preach it, brother. Cheers. And the actors are only getting worse. They sure are. It's crazy. We live in a clown world. And it's going to get a lot worse, unfortunately. I hate to break the news to you, but there's very evil agendas I can't discuss on this platform, but I think you guys can see the writing on the wall, hence why you're in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the escape valve, the escape hatch, the escape vector, the way to unplug from this corrupted matrix, which we have all been born into. You know what I mean? And the actors, yeah, 100%. Rush Live, all the world's the stage. There you go. The world is a stage, Steve. Any important meetups in Puerto Rico about Bitcoin? There's actually always meetups going on. You got to search them out. I don't know, Jose, because I don't host any, but from time to time I get invited to some. So you just got to reach out to some people, family. Hey, all and JV. Shout out Jennifer. Good morning. Good afternoon. The end of the ray gun era. Doesn't Peter Schiff hate Bitcoin? He sure does. But he still says there's a scenario where Bitcoin could hit 10 million. So I'll be sharing this scenario on why, if this happens, he believes Bitcoin could hit 10 million. Even though he's still a hater of Bitcoin. Doesn't change the fact. Vampire, says Kevin Cortez. Who are we referring to there, family? But anyways, next story of the day. Let's dive in. Let's discuss GBTC. The headline reads, 867 million erased. Grayscale's GBTC experiences a record 20,803 Bitcoin reduction in 24 hours. Whoa! Grayscale's GBTC holds a position of 502,000 Bitcoin in its reserves. And what's crazy is a couple of weeks ago, before this ETF, they held 620,000. So they've dumped a lot. So this is currently valued at 21 billion. And this figure reflects a reduction of 20,800 Bitcoin from its holdings just on Friday morning, which then amounted to 523,516 BTC. And am I sharing my screen right now? You should be able to see my screen. Let me know. Since January 12, 2024, GBTC's Bitcoin holdings have decreased by 114,000 Bitcoin, equivalent to almost $5 billion, based on the Bitcoin exchange rates as of January 27th. The fund has also seen substantial trade activity dominating the market on Friday, with 659 million out of the 1.68 billion total trade volume across all 10 spot Bitcoin ETFs. GBTC led the market in all 11 trading sessions since the launch of the 10 new spot ETFs. Its highest trading volume was recorded January 11th, reaching $2.29 billion, while its lowest was on January 25th with a volume of 501 million. To date, these 10 ETFs have accumulated a total trading volume of 25 billion, with GBTC's transactions contributing 16 billion, accounting for 63% of the total since January 11th of this year. So despite competition from new entrants like BlackRock and Fidelity, Grayscale's Trust remains the largest Bitcoin holding fund. The Canadian Purpose ETF, BTCC, holds 33,000 BTC as of January 27th, and the ETC Group Physical Bitcoin Fund, traded on Germany's Frankfurt, holds 24,856 BTC as of January 25th. So even with the presence of these international ETFs and smaller US counterparts like IBIT and FBTC, Grayscale's Trust still surpasses all of them in size. Now, the mass accumulation of Bitcoin continues in the ETF market. You got BlackRock and Fidelity leading the pack, and of course, we've had GBTC product as the largest holder of Bitcoin even before the ETFs were launched. So those are pretty much the three biggest out there. And it's shocking how much Bitcoin they have already amassed through the ETFs. And they're just getting started. They just launched a few weeks ago. So it's about to get real, if you know what I mean. House coin, spouse coin to Bitcoin will change your life. I like it. No, it's just the Forrest Gump impression, says Bone Daddy. Which one are we talking about? Life is a box of chocolates. Trump, Elon, and all trained monkeys. Pretty much. Pretty much. Peter Schiff will sell you gold for Bitcoin if he's smart. 42,000 slowly heading north. Let's get it. Do you think we'll have a breakout here this weekend? Continue marching north. Maybe we can recapture 45, 46. That'd be nice, so that we can retest 49, break above, and enter new 2-year price discovery of above 49 and surpass the new psychological resistance at 50 G's, baby. Erico, what up, brother? Good to see you, family. Nipsey is telling us something. Yeah, Nipsey says, don't let them sell you wolf tickets. That's Nipsey's channeling right now, channeling Satoshi. Paws in the air, and they stay there. I'm waiting for my 0.2 BTC to change my life. We're going to have to hold for a long time, family, because 0.2 BTC, what is that? That's almost a quarter of a Bitcoin. So I don't know, is that worth $10,000 or $15,000? So for most people, I don't think that would be life-changing anytime soon. However, maybe by 2030, that can completely transform your life. So you got to hodl, family. Cool cat crypto, and keep accumulating in the meantime, because it's only going to get more difficult to stack Bitcoin. So 0.2 BTC is a great start, but don't stop there. I believe in you. Keep stacking until you can become at least a whole coiner. If you see in 612, for we do not wrestle against the flesh and the blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness. Good quote, Joey. Thank you. Against the spiritual forces of the evil, the heavenly places. Breakout on confirmation wave 4. Are you referring to Elliott wave theory there, Keith? Hodl and never sell your Bitcoin. There you go. The Oscars for politicians is called the U.S. presidential election. Bingo! Well said, Adam. Precisely what it is at the end of the day. Precisely what it is, if you know what I mean.
Take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. Then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you have...
I know. He says he don't think much about Bitcoin because he's anti-Bitcoin, because his controllers he sold his soul to are anti-Bitcoin. That's why he don't think about it. Or at least that's why he has to say he don't think about it. Like it's no big deal, right? The most secure network in human history. For once in our lifetime and in the human race, we have incorruptible money with a finite limited supply that is perfect money. that is unconfiscatable, and the richest man in the world says, oh, I don't even think about Bitcoin. Just brush it off. It's not important. Focus on Dogecoin. Do you see the agenda of Elon the same as not Satoshi, but the same as Craig Wright, fake Toshi, which we're going to cover here soon, as well as the other guys like Roger Ver who forked the network, is to distract you from the real thing. So that's ultimately the plans from the people who control things and print the money. So they're all colluding, clearly, to just FUD Bitcoin so that people aren't interested in it. When you have that type of level of influence, if Elon were to say Bitcoin is, just what Jack Mallers was preaching the other day, which I shared in the show, is the most important invention in human history. We have hard money, incorruptible, unconfiscatable for the first time ever. It completely changes everything, disrupts everything, right? It gives the people sovereignty, freedom, liberty, and things we have been deprived of. If he just said that, Bitcoin would probably shoot up over $100,000 because that's the type of influence you have as the world's richest man. So when you're on that stage, the global stage, you are heavily controlled. And of course, he wouldn't be able to say that, even if he believed it. Otherwise, it would go against the grain of what his controllers are teaching him or his handlers are telling him to do. You know what I mean? And trust, they all have handlers, 100%. Again, on Rumble the other day, I shared with you Trump, Elon, and every major influencer who they serve. And it's undeniable. It's irrefutable. And there's video evidence, which I shared a 3-minute video clip. And it's something I can't even talk about here because I can probably get my channel terminated because it's the truth. Honestly, this run, we're going to need at least 10 Bitcoin to change our life. Yeah, I mean, set the bar high. They say, aim for the stars. If you land on the moon, hey, it's better than not setting the bar high enough because you'd be shocked, what you're capable of. Law of attraction, you have to actually not only visualize, but you must emotionalize and believe in that actually happening. So, for example, if you're like, oh, I could never become a whole coiner, therefore you never will. You just told your unconscious mind, however all that metaphysical stuff works, that you're incapable and that you don't believe it, so therefore you can't achieve it. However, if you're like, yo, I believe I can stack 10 Bitcoin. Why? Because so many other people have already done it. People right here in this show. We have 500 people in the chat. There's probably at least a dozen of you that have 10 Bitcoin. I'm even more optimistic because you watch my show. I say there may be 20, 30, 40, 50 of you who have 10 or more Bitcoin. And of course it's possible. Anything is possible. But you got to first believe it's possible because until you can actually believe it, God won't show you the way. But if you genuinely believe it and you emotionalize that thought, that's how law of attraction works. That's the part they keep out of the secret to keep it a freaking secret, right? Because then things start presenting themselves to you. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, now that my mind's open on that possibility, what if this idea, I actually implemented it? Or wow, I just had this conversation and I just learned something new. Maybe that can happen and I can accumulate more Bitcoin. Right? Wow. Now that I actually think it's a possibility, whoa, what if I just sold some ish in the garage that's useless, has no intrinsic value to me because it's old, I don't even want it no more, but it has a value to somebody else, right? There's so many ways, there's infinite ways to climb the mountain, but you got to be willing to climb because if you're not willing to climb, you're not worthy and you don't deserve it because that's just how the universe works. Law of attraction is real. Tell me about it, Melda. I know firsthand. I used to work China teaching English for $1,200 a month. Prior to that, I was living in Costa Rica in a 400 square foot apartment for, I don't remember, my rent was like $400 a month or something like that. A year after coming back from China, I made my first $1 million. I thanked law of attraction. I saw the secret and I genuinely believed that it could happen. I started reading books. The Science of Getting Rich, Wallace Wattles, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then it just opened my mind and expanded the possibilities of what we're capable of co-creating. You know what I mean? It's incredible. We are born as creators. Manifestors, alchemists is a word I like to use a lot. That's why my Telegram chat is called Crypto Alchemy, right? We create alchemy. That means creating something out of thin air. But it all starts with the belief, right? You have the belief and you walk in that faith. You're presented with the path. But you'll never see the path if you don't have the belief. So it all starts there. And visualization, so powerful. You know what I mean? You're very powerful. The unconscious mind is the one in the driver's seat, controlling everything. And our unconscious minds are heavily programmed. You know what I mean? MK Ultra, things of this nature, which I shouldn't have actually mentioned that term here. But the unconscious mind is programmed through society. They repeat the same BS over and over again until it's programmed in the unconscious mind. That's how it works. You know what I mean? That's how you're controlled. You're a program. The unconscious mind is programming, and the programming takes over. So what you're watching on the media when they talk about fear and war and FUD and bad, negative, death, you know what I mean? What do you think you're receiving? You're scared in that box. They want to keep you in that box so you can't become free. That's how you control society. 6coiner here, long-term follower. Shout out Carl. First time posted. Buy all the Bitcoin you can. Just took out a HELOC to buy more. Congratulations, Carl. Well done, family. And it goes to show you anything is possible if you believe. JB, you have to read Living with a Seal. Thank you, Mr. Bone Daddy. Are we referring to a Navy SEAL? Is that David Goggins? Let me know. Or Goggins. My bad. Pronounced the name wrong. 1/3 of Waking Childhood, K-12. I just pulled you up on Rumble. Appreciate that, Towering Oak. Welcome to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. We're talking a little metaphysical today, but I think it's all completely relevant, especially when it comes to achieving our goals, becoming a whole coiner, becoming a 10 coiner, or whatever that may be. We're lucky GBTC has slowed the pump. We have had one last chance to stack. Yes, correct. There's always a silver lining. Bitcoiners are always winning because when we dip, we seize the moment, right? You might want to get a hold of YouTube and tell them to do something with that. Hence why they call it a TV program. Exactly what it is. The television was created for mind control, to persuade the masses to believe a certain agenda. And that's still what it's used for today. That's what Netflix is used for. Every Hollywood movie has a 3-letter organization that interacts with the script, and they plot certain things so you can believe certain scenarios and certain things, especially unconsciously. We can dive deeper into that kind of talk on Rumble later if you guys want. Just let me know. Don't wait for the big companies to take your money. Precisely what they want to do. They want to take all your money and give you bugs, and so you can be happy with nothing. CBDC, programmable expirational money. Shout out to Scott Wright. I appreciate you, family. Am I late? A little bit. As De Niro would say, a little bit. You insulted him a little bit, but it's all good because you can check the replay after the stream. Respectfully, I would substitute subconscious mind for unconscious mind in the context of manifestation. The two are different. Right on, family. JB. I feel you on that one. So, yeah, subconscious. I want us eating cockroach milk. Bugs. Yum. They're high in protein, though, JV. Whatever, World Economic Forum. Whatever. Don't let them sell you those wolf tickets. Star Wars was based on the Bible. I am not sure if you have heard it. I haven't heard that theory. I haven't. 42 G's, baby. Shout out, Boz, but let's dive into our next story of the day. I know I'm ranting here. Let's now discuss the ETFs regarding to the CFTC chairman. That's right. Here we go. The chairman of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, known as the CFTC, Rostin Benem, believes there is a risk to the recent approval of the spot Bitcoin ETFs, which will be misinterpreted as firm regulations in place for Bitcoin and other cryptos in general. In a keynote speech, January 26 yesterday, he clarified there is a potential for retail and institutional investors to misunderstand the legal ruling for the spot Bitcoin ETFs following the United States SEC decision to approve the 11 apps January 10th. And while the approval now allows investors to expose themselves to Bitcoin without directly holding the asset itself, supervised by the SEC, regulated stock exchange, he argued there is no regulatory oversight for the cash market of digital assets, such as a crypto exchange. Quoting him here, there remains nothing firmly in place to address the opaque and inconsistent practices in the cash markets for digital assets. Furthermore, he explained that this has repercussions for the transparency of Bitcoin ETFs, since asset management firms acquire the underlying asset for the ETF from the cash market. He raised concerns regarding trade settlement, conflicts of interest, data reporting, cybersecurity, customer protection, transparency, and general market integrity. Quoting him again, the ETPs, which are exchange-traded products, have taken a speculative and volatile asset, wrapped it in a thin layer of indirect regulation, and packaged it as a shiny new product. And the enforcement of crypto regulations has been a prominent topic of discussion within the U.S. government recently, prompted by the demand from the crypto industry. In September 2023, as reported, the CFTC Commissioner Caroline Pham advocated for a limited pilot program to address crypto regulation and warned that the U.S. may soon need to play catch up to the crypto-friendly jurisdictions. She suggested that the program would be similar to regulatory sandboxes previously introduced at the state level. However, many in the crypto industry anticipate that there could be increased regulatory clarity following the U.S. presidential election in November. And my question for you guys, who do you think will win that presidential election this year? And in a recent survey on January 2nd by the Crypto Council for Innovation, indicated that the most crypto-focused individuals stated that a candidate's position on digital assets would be somewhat, very, or extremely important to their vote. What are your thoughts? Would you vote for someone against Bitcoin? Do you not vote? Or would you only vote for someone pro-Bitcoin? I'd love to know your sentiment on that as well. George Lucas did Anywho, as Adam talking about Star Wars still. Right on. Star Wars was based on fairy tales, says Silas. JB is quite the thinker. Cheers, JB. Here comes the FUD. George Lucas, the Bible and Star Wars were both fairy tales. The Empire Strikes Back is the best of all the Star Wars movies. Right on. Just the title, Striking the Empire Back. Let's go. Who don't like that? Yoda is my hero. Yoda for president. That's Nipsey's favorite character. Don't care, demo or rep. Only pro Bitcoin. Right on. Don't matter, Democrat or Republican. So what choices do we have right now? Let's think about this for a second. Vivek Ramaswamy, who was pro-Bitcoin, anti-CBDC, dropped out, endorsed Trump. Shut out Flight Vision. Also, DeSantis, governor of Florida, recently dropped out of the race and endorsed Trump. He was also seemed to be pro-Bitcoin, anti-CBDC. And who do we have left? I think we have RFK Jr. running as independent. Don't expect anyone from the Democratic Party to ever be pro-Bitcoin. I don't think that will ever happen. I could be wrong. If someone is, correct me, please. But what choices do we have? Some are already saying, like, what's the general, the military guy that worked with Trump? He says there's a possibility that Biden steps down and they replace him with Michael Obama, if you know what I'm saying. Battle of the 80-year-olds. I mean, should there be an age limit where you can't be president after maybe 70 or something? I don't know. What do you guys think? I think the president should be fit. I think the president should have like a strong heart to avoid him like having a heart attack and dying and being replaced by some patsy or something like that. I think like back in the day, like, I don't know. I'm old school. I read The Three Kingdoms. It was like 5-book series on Chinese, you know, back in the day, the dynasties. That's what Dynasty Warriors, the video game, was based off of. That was back in my Kung Fu days. I was reading all those books. And like back in the day, like the generals, which could be attributed as like presidents, and nowadays the people who made the rules and stuff like that, they would fight and battle in the front lines. That's how they would gain respect. Nowadays, they can't even get out of bed. They don't even appear anywhere. They could be just AI versions or clones for all we know. Who really knows what's going on behind closed doors, just saying. And they want people to fight wars for them. They start the wars, perpetuate the wars. They print the money. It's sad. And it's like, people vote for these people? Like, seriously? You have to be ashamed of yourself if you voted for Biden. Star Wars is a sci-fi fairy tale. JV, follow the Constitution 100%. We have a Constitution for a reason. They're trying to destroy that, clearly. Even the Bible, it says that. Melda, I like Andor. Vivek also wants men to be obligated for mother support in addition to child support, so mother doesn't need to work until the child is an adult, says Nas. Federal Reserve System, buy you and your Bitcoin. Yeah, they can print unlimited money. I would like Kennedy to win, but I think it's really... Let's see what it says. Mandalorian. Let's go, Brandon. It's sad, but it's okay. Bitcoin City is coming soon in El Salvador. Tax-free for whoever moves there. That's right, PA. Appreciate that. Sharing, I'm actually looking forward to visiting Bitcoin City and El Salvador. I've never been there. I used to think Return of the Jedi was the best, but I agree it's The Empire Strikes Back now. Not cheap, says Tabi. What are you referring to? To live there? Let me know. Now, another place in the Americas where you can live capital gains tax-free is Puerto Rico if you make this your primary residence and get your Act 60 decree. So that's one of the many advantages here on the island. And you don't need to denounce residency. You can still be an American resident, clearly, or have an American citizenship. And it doesn't require a passport either because Puerto Rico is a territory of Puerto Rico. So it's a very convenient way for Americans to come to the island and help contribute, by making donations and bringing money to the island, purchasing real estate on the island, and helping their economy thrive. So it's a win-win. Empire Strikes Back is the best, it says, everyone. You're not blushing today, JV. I'm not. It's all about the Empire. Well, I think I was blushing yesterday because I didn't expect you guys to read between the lines. And it was just I was kind of shocked. I think moms should stay home with their kids and bring back dinners at the family table. Right on, Candace Stevens. I love it. You know what I mean? However, if the woman wants to, pursue a career and work full time, I support that as well. However, I think we need to bring back the family units. If you have both the father and the woman or the mama working and there's no one watching the child, guess who raises your child? The state. And the last thing you want is the government raising your child and indoctrinating them with very harmful ideas, philosophies, and things of this nature. JV used up all his blushes on the last date night. Well, I had a long date night. Let's say that. Very long. I don't think I slept yet. Maybe. I used to think the Empire was the best too until they made a perfect copy of Star Wars 1 and Star Wars The Force Awakens. Right on. If you invest in El Salvador, free citizenship, warranty, I heard from the government. And in fact, there are some ways where you don't need to invest $1 million to become a citizen of El Salvador. There's loopholes, and Max Kaiser has shared those. Are there any hot chicks in PR? I think some of the hottest chicks in the world are in PR and in Central America, Latin America in general, South America. I love Latin women, just saying. Time to get your daily dose of sailor's words. Good point.
Bitcoin. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset.
You already know. Yeah, man. Yeah, well, men can get pregnant now. Man, it's a crazy world, man. Crazy world. But let's dive into our next story of the day and discuss the latest with Fake Toshi and ultimately Craig Wright. Here's the latest update. The headline reads, Craig Wright offers settlement in disputed Bitcoin critter case. And a few days ago, we focused heavily on Fake Toshi, and I shared some insights. Max Kaiser says that Craig Wright is Calvin's Lee Harvey Oswald, a patsy. And y'all know Lee Harvey Oswald was the one they blamed for assassinating JFK. But we all know that it wasn't him. He was just set up and framed. And I think that's common knowledge nowadays. Now, Kyle wrote the exact moment when Calvin and Judas found the perfect patsy. So here you go. Craig Wright in the middle, toasting. some wine along with Roger Ver and this guy Calvin. Now, allegedly, according to the high priest and many others, this guy Calvin is the one pulling the strings, and this Craig Wright guy pretending to be Satoshi is ultimately the patsy. Now, what's interesting, even more so, is what's the odds of these three gentlemen together, where Roger Ver clearly forked the network with Bitcoin Cash, and then we had this guy in the middle, fake Toshi, fork with Satoshi Vision, and both claim to be the real Bitcoin. You know what I mean? So was this like a government engineered attack against Bitcoin? Well, you decide, but let me read the latest. Craig Wright, the self-proclaimed inventor of Bitcoin, has made a public non-negotiable settlement offer to the Open Crypto Patent Alliance, Coinbase, Kraken, and the Bitcoin Core developers ahead of the heated legal battle concerning the true identity of Satoshi Nakamoto, synonymous creator of Bitcoin. In October 2023, Wright submitted new evidence, which he alleged supported his claim, including a Bitcoin white paper and a 2007 computer time capsule. However, a revelation emerged from expert witnesses for both Copa and Wright, who agreed that these documents were recent forgeries. Well, go figure. They weren't real documents. Who would have thunk? Now, both parties' forensic experts concluded the Bitcoin white paper, purportedly written in latex, was actually produced in open office and could have not been created before 2009. And similarly, the time capsule file, claimed to be from 2007, showed evidence of editing in September of 2023, busted, undermining Wright's assertions. And additionally, a deleted file suggests the use of ChatGPT in fabricating part of the evidence. Busted again. And with the trial set to commence February 5th, wow, that's next week, Wright proposed a settlement that could end multiple lawsuits involving Copa. Why do you think he's looking to settle? Because he's been busted for his fraud. Coinbase, Kraken, and the Bitcoin Core, the offer stipulates that these entities acknowledge Bitcoin's original purpose, as outlined in the white paper, seize claims of representing the original Bitcoin, and ensure Bitcoin's use for the benefit of humanity and in compliance with the laws against illicit activity. In return, Wright agrees not to pursue claims related to his database rights and copyrights in the Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and ABC blockchains. Wright's proposal, detailed in a post on his blog, emphasized his desire to refocus on family and development of blockchain tech, particularly Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. He reiterated his commitment to the original principles of Bitcoin and expressed his intention to foster a competitive market where intellectual property rights are respected. This offer, made just weeks before the trial, could be seen as a strategic move by Wright, signaling lack of confidence in his evidence. However, the acceptance of the settlement by Copa and other parties seems unlikely. Quoting Copa here, hard pass on that settlement. Just like Craig Wright forges documents and doesn't quite tell the truth, his description of the settlement offer isn't quite accurate either. It comes with loopholes and would allow him to sue people all over again. So there you have it, my crypto fam. What are your thoughts on this fake Toshi and all of that's happening? Do you feel that this was all an orchestrated attack against Bitcoin? Now, another interesting fact I broke down in great detail a few days ago, this guy Calvin on the left, he actually got busted for fraud and got charged with some serious charges by the U.S. government for doing something with a legal gambling operation, like an illegal gambling website. And then all of the charges mysteriously got dropped. And then, who knows? I'm not going to speculate any further, but why do you think that all occurred? Do you think that this was all an orchestrated or engineered attack colluding with the United States government? Or do you think it's all just a big coincidence? Let me know your thoughts, family, in the comments right down below. Yeah. And let me read some of these comments. Can't we all just get along? Shout out Yesha's channel. I appreciate you subbing to the #1 Daily Bitcoin Pod. Pump the likes to help pump the stream. We greatly appreciate that, family. Fake Toshi. And we're actually going to do a little bonus story as well, but I want to check the comments real quick and read some comments, what you guys think on Craig Wright. We're all Satoshi. Fact. And anyone proclaiming to be Satoshi, not Satoshi. So therefore, he can't be Satoshi. Because that would make no sense. I love how the chat has become a Star Wars debate. Right, Raven? Yeah, they're all owned. I'm just playing I love Star Wars. Darth Maul is my favorite. Hodl gang, where you at? Yeah, so considering I've already been streaming for over an hour, and cheers, Emilio. Appreciate that super. You rock. Love your authentic self. Respect, family. I'm going to give you the bonus story, and then we'll go into our feature story. But I forgot I had a bonus story with IBIT and the volume with the ETFs. So let me pull this one up really quick for you guys. I think it's here, and we'll just go through it quick. BlackRock's IBIT Bitcoin ETF crosses $2 billion market cap. James Safart says, yes, the Bitcoin price has pushed IBIT's assets beyond $2 billion. This plus likely new flows today should mean it will be above $2 billion at close. And lo and behold, we did surpass $2 billion. So I just wanted to point this out to show you that they are mass accumulating right now, and Fidelity is right behind them. I think they each already have over 20,000 BTC in their possession, which is a significant portion of the Bitcoin supply. Like, for example, MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor's company, it took them several years to acquire roughly 200,000 Bitcoin. Well, guess what? BlackRock has a mass portion of Bitcoin. It only took them like 2 weeks. There you go, Silas. You already know. And I regret bringing the word up because I know it's a trigger word. Say fart? Should I buy or sell Bitcoin? Bone Daddy, welcome to the HODL gang. I think you should buy Bitcoin. I don't understand why anyone at this time would sell it. And that's if you're in it for the long haul. If you're a day trader, this is not, short-term advice. Any suggestions or recommendations, and this is not financial advice. Let me give a disclosure as well. This is an opinions-oriented show. I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm just a YouTuber/podcaster that preaches the holy gospel of Satoshi, and I believe in the long-term benefits of Bitcoin for humanity, and so I'm always bullish for the long haul, as I have been since I started the channel, and I'll always be. Because Bitcoin, to me, as Janet Yellen or Christine Lagarde said, is the escape hatch. It's the way to unplug from the matrix. The U.S. government announced selling seized Bitcoin, which was 139 million USD. Bidders need to register within 60 days. This will put some time before the halving. Right on. Bro, how much pump coming in Bitcoin? Love from Pakistan. Bitcoin's going to go to hundreds of thousands of dollars per coin. When is the mystery? Eventually Bitcoin will hit millions of dollars per coin. When is a mystery. I can't give you a date, but I can say by 2030, I am pretty convinced Bitcoin will be surpassing $1 million per coin. What do you guys think? Today, that order was dated January 10th and 60 days to execute. Buy Bitcoin and send it to me. No need to sell. Luke, if you're selling, I'm buying. There you go. I'm in it for the long term. Love to hear that, Skins. I'm here for the financial advice, says Bobby Digital. Man, who do you take financial advice from?
There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best, okay? But take all your money, buy Bitcoin. Then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. Then
it is true, Melda. Bitcoin is going up forever. And really, I'm not exaggerating there. And I say that, kind of jokingly, but at the same time, it is going up forever because the purchasing power of the dollar is mathematically guaranteed to continue going down as they print more money. Hence, the Bitcoin purchasing power is mathematically guaranteed to continue going up. And it blows your mind if you want to see some, what do they call, kind of memes that shows you what a dollar could, or maybe $100 can buy in groceries 20 years ago compared to today. That's a result of inflation. And the same thing, vice versa with Bitcoin, how much groceries one Bitcoin could have bought you 10 years ago compared to today. And that trend will continue because Bitcoin has number go up technology. BlackRock didn't get into Bitcoin to short it, right? They want to possess and dominate the market. And you do that by accumulating and hodling, just like they dominate the S&P 500 market and they dominate the real estate market. It's not going to be any different. They're going to dominate the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and anything else they can get their hands on. So it's up to you guys as long-term hodlers to not capitulate and not depart with your BTC, because then you're doing exactly what they want you to do. Bitcoin got that built in. It's called number go up technology. You got that right, Raven, 100%. I took Sailor's advice to heart. Love it, Thomas. If you're going to listen to someone, it might as well be a billionaire. Their goal is an ethical billionaire, because we don't want to listen to unethical billionaires such as Mr. Gates that has agendas to depopulate the planet. And I'll leave it at that. My blood pressure starts going up when I hear how shook up Sailor is in these clips. HODL gang, where you at? These institutions are like blowflies and an ish. Bitcoin is actually steady baseline comparison to fiat currencies. There you go. But anyways, family, now for our feature story of the day. Peter Schiff, the notorious Bitcoin critic, aka Bitcoin troll, says there is a scenario he believes where Bitcoin can hit $10 million per Bitcoin. So let me break this down for you, family. Here's the headlines. Peter Schiff says Bitcoin could hit 10 million if this happens. It was also here. Could Bitcoin ever skyrocket to 10 million? Possible, but there is a condition, and I'm going to share with you the thread from Peter Schiff himself, but I think we're going to start right here. Economist and longtime Bitcoin critic Peter Schiff has felt vindicated over the past week as his warning that the Bitcoin price would fall victim to selling the news event after the recent launch of the first Bitcoin ETFs on the US market has come to fruition, with Bitcoin seeing a pullback of 21% at its lowest point. But guess what? We've recovered and already bounced back pretty strong from that level, currently above 42. But anyways, the Bitcoin experts who ridiculed me and anyone else who claimed the new Bitcoin ETFs would be a buy the rumor, sell the news event are now dismissing the significance of the decline, claiming it's just a classic buy the rumor, sell the news event that was to be expected, which is what he tweeted. So let's actually go to this tweet. No matter how low the price of Bitcoin falls, Peter Schiff says, its proponents will always be able to claim it outperformed gold. Duh, because it has. For example, even if Bitcoin falls to $100 in 2031 and gold rises to 10,000, they will claim that Bitcoin is up 100x in the past 20 years, while gold is only up 5x. Sorry, Peter, but it is what it is. What if Bitcoin goes to 10 million by 2031? Someone asked him. And here's where Peter chimed in. If the US dollar goes the way of the German, is that the paper mark? Then I suppose that is possible. So he's ultimately saying if there is a US dollar crash, he can see that becoming a possibility. So despite the launch of the ETFs and potential inflows that could follow, Schiff maintains his position that Bitcoin will ultimately go to zero. Here's my prediction, and I've heard sailors say the same thing. Bitcoin is more likely to go to $1 million per coin than go to zero. And I'll double up on that. Bitcoin is more likely to go to $100 million per coin. Now, that's actually 100x, not a double up. But I believe Bitcoin is more likely to go to $100 million per coin, as Saylor has predicted himself, then go to zero. What do you guys think? So quoting him again, the new Bitcoin ETFs aren't creating additional demand, but merely shifting the demand, he said. Investors who might have bought the actual Bitcoin-related equities like MSTR MicroStrategy or GBTC are simply buying the new ETFs instead. Rearranging the deck chairs won't stop the ship from sinking. Here is how Bitcoin works. We create something with no value, then artificially limit its supply. Then we all pretend it has value and buy it. Other people see the price going up and they buy it too. Then we all hodl and hoping everyone keeps pretending it has value. No matter how low the price goes, again, this is the quote, of Bitcoin falling, its proponents will always be able to claim it outperformed gold. For example, if Bitcoin falls to $100 in 2031 and gold rises to 10,000, they'll claim Bitcoin's up 100x in the past 20 years while gold is only up 5x. Now, as I mentioned, that user did respond, in which Peter Schiff gave us a scenario. So regarding that German paper mark national currency, Schiff was referring to the hyperinflation which occurred in Germany between 1921 and 1923. And the German paper mark national currency plunged at the unprecedented rate, at one point reaching an exchange rate of, man, is that 4 billion? 4,200 million to 1 with the US dollar. And while Schiff might have been responding in jest, hyperinflation does indeed remain a risk, as the US debt, along with the debt of many nations around the world, is starting to increase exponentially. Data provided by UseTheClock.org shows the U.S. national debt currently stands at $34 trillion. Good Lord. An increase of more than $1 trillion since the end of Q3 of last year. And in January alone, the debt expanded from $33 trillion to $34.1 trillion, an increase of $122 billion in 26 days. This is crazy. Now check out this chart. Has anyone else noticed from the Q4 GDP report, annualized interest on the federal debt now exceeds $1 trillion and is projected to breach $3 trillion annualized rate by Q4 of 2030. Insane and unsustainable. Look, this is the actual projection of where the debt is going. It's unprecedented. It means the dollar can't maintain its current level. I mean, that's why you have BRICS movements right now, which are doubling because they're anticipating the de-dollarization because they can't print to infinity. It has real world consequences and effects, and it's a way to tax the poor unfortunately. So the federal deficit currently stands at negative 6.4% of the GDP, meaning government expenditures significantly outweigh the revenues. This means the government will need to borrow more funds to make up the difference, further increasing the total debt. The matter has become so dire that it is one of the few things in the current political climate that has bipartisan appeal for Congress. I mean, pretty insane. I truly believe the debt can't be stopped at this point. Clearly, it can't be paid off. And that $33 trillion debt can eventually become a $100 trillion debt. And quoting the high priest, the cold fact is that Bitcoin is not distributed, it is earned. I love that. That's actually a great quote. So shout out to the high priest. But what are your thoughts on this tweet from Peter Schiff and sharing the scenario of how Bitcoin can potentially hit that much money? Do let me know, family. And we're going to end it on that because I know the stream has been going. We still got 400 people here. Appreciate the support. Pump the likes, pump the stream. We're still above 42,000. I'm going to stick around for another 10 minutes here on the tube, and we'll do some Q&A, and then we'll continue with the uncensored version of the show over on Rumble, where we can kick our uncensored conversation into high gear. Buying Bitcoin is like betting on a pet rock. Don't let them sell you those wolf tickets, family. People seem to forget the tools of FUD that they have at their disposal. FTX showed us that, 110%. You know what I mean? Buying Bitcoin is like, yeah, I will say they'll own 200,000 Bitcoin. Are you referring to BlackRock? Only a matter of time. Also, you have Saylor's goal is to have 1 million Bitcoin on the balance sheet for MicroStrategy. So that means they're only a fraction of the way there. $1 trillion here and $1 trillion there, and pretty soon you're talking serious money. Satoshi has copyright. Then he will take your USB flash to the court. Flight to quality. Define quality. Someone audit the gold ETF. Someone audit the silver ETF. The London Metal Exchange receives shipments of fake nickel. Anyone can audit nickel. Or can we audit it? I don't think they're going to allow us to, because then they'd expose their own fraud. So are they going to audit themselves? Probably not. I think we'd need Congress to force them to do so. National debt must be stopped. Yeah, it's insanity. Why do they need our tax dollars with this type of debt? Are you paying a few $1,000s at the end of the year? Is that really necessary? Or are they just trying to keep you enslaved and poor? Let me know your thoughts. There's some formidable pet rocks to be found. It's funny because there's growing up, the first character my daughter was attracted to was Elmo. And I think all kids are probably the same. Just like she was 3-4 years old. And I just remember there's an episode where Abby Cadabby, Elmo's friend, has a pet rock, and she starts giving all the attention to the pet rock versus Elmo, and Elmo will be like, I want to go play on the swing, and then Abby will go, no, my pet rock wants to do this, and then the pet rock, it was just an out for Abby to get her way. And so there you have it, Jamie Dimon bringing up the Elmo pet rock scenario. How many of you remember the pet rock on Sesame Street? There's actually there was a whole show built around it. Which episode is that? I think it's called Film Theory, and they broke down the pet rock of Elmo and all the episodes where they brought in the pet. It's hilarious, but it made me think of that when I think of Jamie Dimon saying Bitcoin is just a pet rock. It seems to me that gold will be taken off the planet because I don't have gold stuff. Bitcoin is a meme coin, not Bitcoin. Oh, BTC. JB question, how many Bitcoin do you think ETFs will own at the time of the halving? Man, at the rate they're going, wow, it could have collectively, easy 250,000 Bitcoin, 250,000. What do you guys think? Bitcoin is a meme coin. Modern monetary theory says taxes are needed to prevent excessive inflation, but also to maintain our financial. Yeah, I don't believe any of the theories from society, or any theory perpetuated by the government or powers that be, regulators. I disagree. Trump will negotiate a huge reduction of the debt, never to accrue debt anymore, by dumping the Federal Reserve and going back to the interest rates. I don't think Trump would do that, but I think he will sell you that so he gets the vote. But I don't see him doing that because he ultimately serves the Fed. But it's a great thing to say to get votes. I mean, all the things Trump says are great. Like, and I agree with not everything, but a lot of it. And I'm like, all for it. However, the president doesn't have the power to do those things. I don't remember the exact number, but there's like a dozen positions higher than the president. Easy. The president is a spokesperson for the country to sell you whatever agenda they're pushing. You know what I mean? Just like when Bush wanted to attack Iraq and sell you wolf tickets. Exactly what he did to convince you to, you know what I mean, get the people behind invading Iraq. Now we all know it's an inside job. They won't let Trump do that. He has kept all his promises. He definitely didn't send Hillary to prison. And if he doesn't have the power, the most corrupt, crooked couple on the planet, Hillary and Bill, and if he didn't have the power to do what he said, which was to drain the swamp and put them in jail or in prison, he don't have the power to do anything except sell you wolf tickets, meaning sell you what you want to hear. That's his job. I mean, say Trump, Pepe coins. Bitcoin means financial freedom. How is 95% of the world doesn't get Bitcoin? Because of the FUD. Because of people like Craig Wright, Roger Ver, Binance, Janet Yellen, Christine Lagarde, Jay Powell, Gary Gensler. You know what I mean? These are the enemies. And they're just puppets. Because true power is never in the public eye. For real, for real. Like, the people who control things would never be a president. Everyone knows that. Like, presidents don't control things. They control your perception of what's reality is what they control. That's all they control. Your perception of reality at the end of the day. Oh, yeah, we're not on Rumble yet. Thank you, D. I get carried away. It's hard, man. There's just so much I want to say. I'm not even scratching the surface. Health is your wealth. Bitcoin is your freedom. Agreed, Jim Junkie. That's what I've been thinking. 2,000 held by the ETFs. Oh, right on. Homesteading. I think that's a very doable target. We still got 82 days. I think they're just going to continue mass accumulating. Gatekeepers abound. Pretty much, Kiwi. Pretty much. I lobbied against what became the Iraq 2003 war on Capitol Hill. More power to you, Silas. Respect. You're stuck in a paradigm that is ending, says JB. Only the original Bitcoin BSV can be oh my God. For real, Hammer? We already proven in today's show that Craig is fake Toshi and that he's a patsy for a guy named Calvin. And I broke it down tremendously a few days ago. So, but it's ironic that you do believe that. And I respect your opinion, but I agree to disagree. It is the Amish. They're the real power behind the scenes. Flight to quality. Have any of the assets have what they said they have? Don't you know? Bitwise. Oh, yeah. Bitwise did publish. They have proof of reserves now. You can see over $500 million worth of Bitcoin in that one address. So I hope the other asset managers do the same. Fourth turning people. Right on, Jennifer. When Tether prints Bitcoin, price goes up. There you go. Sup, JB? What up, Mr. T? Where's the A team at? Finally got my one Bitcoin. Congratulations, Tata. Yes, the Amish Mafia. Lebanon Levy. Word. But anyways, fam, we're going to go to the uncensored version of the show. I appreciate everyone tuning on the tube. I'll be back this evening, 9 p.m. Eastern, for the edited version. We basically take the 120-minute stream, because we do about 90 minutes on the tube, roughly 30 minutes uncensored on Rumble. It's a 2-hour stream, and we condense it into 30 minutes, and we premiere that in the evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern. If you got value out of today's show, pump the likes. Helps pump the stream. I'll be here tomorrow. Same bit time, same bit channel. 3 p.m. Eastern. I appreciate everyone's support and wishing everyone the best. Happy Stacking Saturday. Tomorrow, church will be session. I'll continue preaching the Holy Gospel of Satoshi. So head on over to Rumble. Right now, my Rumble link is always in the description below the video, or you can just open up Rumble and type in Crypto News Alerts. You can't miss it, or visit the direct link, which is rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. And I'll see you there, family. Much love.